Hey, hey, Pisces, Intuitive Soul Coach here. Welcome back if you are returning, and welcome if you're new. I'm Mel, an intuitive reader, and I'm grateful that you found me today. All right, Pisces, let's dive in and take a peek at what is unfolding for you over the next 3 months. And happy birthday for those of you sun sign Pisceans celebrating another trip around the sun. Pisces, you are moving into a season of your life where your vision is starting to materialize in your physical world. You have this projection of the life that you want to live. You have this image in your mind. You are making this happen by taking actionable steps to living your best life. And you may even have a vision board, and you may see that some of what you have put on your vision board is starting to show up in your world. And that is giving you this push, this momentum to keep on going because you've gone through some challenges. I see that you've gone through the school of hard knocks. However, you have rebuilt your life based on this authenticity within you, based on what you want, what is best for you, because many of you have taken care of others your whole life, or you've had to forego your own dreams. You've had to sacrifice at the expense of another or something else that you had to focus on in your life, but it feels like you're moving into a season that's not selfish. You are returning to you, right? There's this remembrance of your sacred power. There's this part of you that is opening yourself up to joy again, to fun, to excitement. Bottom of the deck, you have the Ace of Cups. This is beautiful energy, potential, new beginnings. This is a sacred contract. I'm seeing a pinky promise here, so it feels like you have promised to never abandon yourself, or you are making a promise to focus on your self-care, to not neglect your body or not neglect what it is that you want to build. You are entering into a new soul contract with perhaps another individual. This could be a passion project that you are bringing to life. And for many of you, I feel like you're also working on your own well-being, bringing more vitality to your body, movement, exercise, mindful eating, connectivity. You are working with others in a very beautiful way where your support system is being strengthened, and trust and security are showing up here as valuable traits or characteristics that you are participating in because you are someone who is honest. You are someone who is loyal. And I see that you create a level of security and safety for others, and you are going to see that in return over the next few months. So we have here soul lessons at the bottom of the deck. This tells me, Pisces, that you've gone through the trials and tribulations. I'm being shown the judgment in my mind's eye. So you have this ability to look back and see how far you've come. But that is why the windshield is bigger than the rear view mirror, because there's forward thinking here. You are looking to the future. You're not stuck in the past. And for some of you, there was a past situation, financial stress, maybe a loss of a loved one. Some of you have gone through a breakup, a divorce, a tower moment, which I do see here in your energy. But it's partnered with the Emperor and the Sun, which means that you are doing a lot of rebuilding from a tower that's already occurred. I have a feeling this tower that I'm seeing here in the month of April really has to do with rebuilding through planning, through organization, through structure, and connecting to other powerhouses in your world. This could be other individuals who have been a guiding post for you, but you're stepping into this role yourself. And it feels like your foundational system is strengthened after a fall. And Soul Lessons tells me you've learned a lot And you have that rear view mirror to look back on to see how far you've come. And when you do find yourself falling back into old default triggers or old default behaviors or patterns, you catch yourself, right? You catch yourself because you are more aware of behaviors. You're more aware of your thoughts and your emotions. And many of you are getting in touch with your body on a deeper level than perhaps you ever have. It feels like your body is your ally, right? Not your enemy. And you are healing, nurturing. I feel like hydration, taking time to maybe sit with yourself, enjoy your cup of tea or coffee in the morning. You may be lathering yourself up with lotion and eating what your body wants to eat. I feel like there's this extreme self-care that has gone into your body and your mind and your spirit that is being recognized and rewarded because you're more energized, you're feeling better. You may have even connected with a professional of some sort to help you get back on track. This could be a health and wellness coach or a professional. This could be a financial advisor. I do see here that there's another energy around you. Now, I do want to mention you have adventure also below soul lessons. So I feel like some of you are relocating or traveling. I'm getting real estate here. You could be planning a retreat, or some of you are attending a retreat that is for healing or mindfulness, meditation, yoga. This could be something you're contemplating. It could be online or it could be in person. But I see that you are excited because there's a new quest ahead. Typically, I only look at the first card at the bottom of the deck, but Spirit said adventure is tied to this lesson. So new opportunities ahead. There's a new portal opening up for you that you're stepping into, and it feels like it comes through right around your season. So moving into the month of February, we have here, Pisces, authenticity. This has to do with your vision. And for those of you who have created a vision board, or perhaps one is in the works, or this could be a vision that you have in your mind for your future, I feel like you are getting a home run. It feels like a home run after a lot of training, a lot of practice, a lot of trial and error. Finally, it feels like there's a bit of a breakthrough coming in because you have this temperance energy. And temperance can be patience. It can be karma, which is interesting because you have karma showing up on soul lessons. And some of you are truly living and leading and moving towards your north node. And maybe that is why I'm getting the windshield, because our north node is connected to what we are meant to achieve and accomplish here in this lifetime, where our south node is connected to our past life, our karma, also gifts that we fall back onto. So if you're not familiar with north and south node, definitely Google that, look it up, because you are moving forward full speed ahead. And I'm getting a strong earth energy. So some of you may have earth in your chart, specifically Taurus and Capricorn, but it does feel like Taurus for some of you could be a north node. And if that's the case, financial flow, abundance, money could be a big indicator here that you're moving forward in that category. So check that out. Drop it below. I'd love to hear what your north and south node are. Now, temperance is also about creating a balanced lifestyle. This is about you cultivating a life that feels like you are regulating, right? Regulating your nervous system. So you're not constantly feeling shut down. You're not constantly in a state of avoidance, fight or flight, neglecting what needs to be addressed. I see that you have taken accountability. You should be proud of yourself, because when someone goes through a lot of these soul lessons, some of you have packed 3 lifetimes into one. Meaning you've gone through some heavy hitters, right? And it hasn't always been a home run. I feel like you have gone through some karmic experiences, and so many people look at karma as a negative, but basically karma is what goes around comes around. If you put a lot of processed foods and sugars into your body, you are going to feel it, right? You're going to feel it. You're going to feel sluggish. You're going to have maybe a bigger waistline. So the act of or the law of cause and effect, the law of karma, the law of attraction. I feel like you are very mindful of the consequences from choices and behaviors, and you have started to create a balanced lifestyle. It's not that you're cutting things out completely and saying, I'm never going to eat another cupcake, but I'm going to balance it. Instead of eating, the whole pile of cupcakes, I'm going to have one every now and again because I'm not going to deprive myself of these sweets in life. Some of you, that may be the case, but I feel that there's this beautiful ebb and flow that is going on for you in the month of February, because you have here the Six of Pentacles. And the Six of Pentacles is reciprocity. It's generosity here. There could be a beautiful contribution that comes your way because you've put out good karma. And I feel like you are receiving back what you've put out. And it feels favorable here. And it feels like you are a powerhouse. I keep getting that word. Did I say that earlier for you? There's a powerhouse type of vibe coming in where you are remembering your power. You're remembering your magic. Now, there could be important communication. You may have an idea that flows through you because you're channeling some powerful divine guidance. And the King of Swords could even be you getting clear about what it is that you want and bringing that vision to life and speaking to financial professionals and saying, hey, how can I get to where I want to go? What do I need to do? Or how can I create this business? How can I make this real? It feels like you are bringing your dreams to life in the physical, tangible world with this Six of Pentacles. I also see that you are becoming more comfortable in your own skin because some of you have, again, I'm getting this ally within the body and this enemy. So some of you may have felt a cognitive disassociation with your body. Like, I don't even understand my body. I don't know if I trust my body. What's happening with my body? These hormones or these chronic underlying issues. It feels like my body is betraying me in some way, but I feel like you are getting answers, seeking answers, because the King of Swords is someone who is a strategist, right? He is brilliant. He is a researcher, and he is someone who's going to be a part of the solution instead of being stuck in the problem. And so I do see that you're creating balance in your financial world and your health and your relationships by continuing to learn and continuing to show up in this reciprocity. Because if something is draining you, you're going to feel it, right? You're going to feel it. And there is going to be this karmic pull that we've just talked about, right? Consequences, the law of cause and effect as well. So many of you are creating this genuine, honest, real offer that is going to materialize for you. So it could be a raise. It could be a financial return. It could be that you are putting a lot of your self-love into your body and you're going to see the payout is what I'm getting here for you. Now, some of you could even receive a bonus, or if you work in a field where tips are allowed, I see that this could be a really beautiful month where someone may gift you a little bit of extra, right? This could be a gift card for some of you. It could be, I'm getting hairstylists. So some of you could be maybe getting your hair done, or you could be in that industry, a beauty industry as well. I'm getting a generous tip, and maybe you've given generous tips and you're going to receive something in return. And it feels really good. It feels like it is empowering you in some way. And you are also connecting to this beautiful emerald green energy, which connects to the heart chakra. So even though this King of Swords is logical and analytical and brilliant, I also feel like you are blending the body and the mind. So moving into the month of March. You have here timing. Divine timing is at play here. Pisces, you have been planning for your future, as we've been talking about. You have been patiently, as patient as one can be, with that temperance, patient with yourself, but it feels like there is equilibrium restored within the body, within your material world, because you have justice here. And because we also have the King of Swords, some of you may be dealing with a situation in the legal field. This could be some sort of settlement. It could be that you're dealing with taxes here. There may have even been, I'm getting like visas, passport renewals. You may have looked into some sort of financial aid. That Six of Pentacles can be financial contributions or some sort of funding, some sort of help or aid, or that could be part of your profession where you help other people out financially. Maybe you're an accountant, or you could work for, I'm getting working for like nonprofit for some of you. But you have the Wisdom Keeper, which is the Hierophant. You have, again, Justice, the scales of justice. And you have the Four of Cups, which is powerful. This tells me something that was in a state of a deep freeze is starting to thaw. And by thawing this energy out, you are recreating this sense of justice, balance, equilibrium, fairness, equality, justice in your life. Now, this could be something in the body. Sometimes we have subconscious patterns based on traumas that we've gone through. And this may be something you're bringing to your awareness, right? Thawing it out instead of it being frozen. I'm also getting embryos. So some of you, perhaps you have done something with your eggs, or there was a part of your body. I'm getting like cold therapy, cold plunge, or you've had to maybe ice a part of your body in some way. I also see you focusing on breath work, yoga, or any alternative therapy that can help you restore balance in your body, in your mind, right? Because this power of the mind is so incredibly, well, powerful, especially in the month here of February, where you're altering. It feels like mind altering, not through substance, not through drugs, but through divine intervention is what I'm getting here for you. And a lot of you have gone through something, again, that has caused your body to maybe freeze, right? Fight, flight, or freeze. And you are bringing and restoring this energy, bringing it back to life in some way, thawing this energy out, where the Hierophant tells me this is something you are going to commit to for the rest of your life. So this seems really powerful. So for example, if this is a type of healing that is maybe based on food, maybe there's certain foods that you are no longer connecting with because it has destroyed your gut health. And by cutting out certain foods or implementing for foods, I'm getting fermented foods for some of you, your gut flora, your gut bacteria could be thriving and you may be feeling a lot better. I also see that some of you may have labeled a certain emotion, or you may have labeled a certain condition, and that may be giving you a little more insight to commit to what you need to do to move forward. Okay, I hope that makes sense. It doesn't have to be the body. It can be financially. You are committing to maybe something here in the justice system. Some of you may be legal assistants. You may be lawyers. You may be healers, right? You see here that the chakras are highlighted. Some of you may even be looking into energy work, or I'm getting like psychotherapy and counseling. You may be guided to go back to school, learn about health, nutrition. You may be learning about the mind, psychosomatics. I'm also getting here meditation, hypnosis, EMDR. It feels like there's a strong mind energy coming through, mind body, right? The mind body with justice. And if you are going through a court issue, this could be a month where there is a new verdict, or there is some sort of resolution that comes through after a period of something that's been ongoing for you, okay? And it does look like there's wisdom within this experience. It does look like there is a turning point emotionally for you. And I also see in your career, things are starting to shift here where you are being seen, you're being recognized more. There's acknowledgement. The Hierophant also connects to the wise spiritual teacher. So many of you are guided to share your story, especially those of you who've had 3 lifetimes in one, because you have the life experience to share with others, right? And sometimes that is more important than books, although I see you have the book smart here, the King of Swords, right? We can learn and learn and learn in a classroom. We can read all the books that we want, but it's true life experience that really trumps the soul lessons. And I see that you have a beautiful blend of book smart and street smart. And many of you may be guided to share and teach and coach and mentor others, or you are getting that mentorship or coaching or teaching at this time so you can eventually step up to that plate, right? Hit that home run. Now moving into the month here of April. The great outdoors. Some of you really love to spend time outside. This could be a month of travel. The great outdoors speaks of a bit of solitude where you may be unplugging, maybe disconnecting, getting outside, spending time going for nature walks. You may be hiking, camping, getting out in nature. I know here in the Northern Hemisphere, April starts to really warm things up. The beginning of spring, the snow is starting to melt, and this is a great time for you to ground your energy by getting in touch with nature. Okay, getting in touch with eating beautiful whole foods. And some of you are gardeners where this could be a time where you are planting, or you are maybe visiting a greenhouse. You may be looking at yard work, cleaning up your garage. I see that you are connecting with the earth and connecting with dirt. I'm getting dirt here for some of you. So maybe you are getting your hands dirty, or again, working with plants, or maybe even plant medicine for some of you. Now, you have 3 major arcanas showing up here. And like I mentioned, these are powerful. You have the Tower, you have the Sun, and you have here the Emperor. So big boss energy, bossing up here, the Sun, the Tower. The Tower tells me that you're not letting anything dim your sunshine. You are not letting old patterns and habits dismantle you in some way, because you've been working so hard to get to where you're at. And you are going to use the spiritual tools and techniques that you have accumulated, that you have learned over the prior years, because many of you have been recovering, learning, growing, evolving over a lifetime, right? But especially the last few years feel very significant for you, Pisces. And the Tower, I feel like this isn't a crisis coming through. Not with the Sun and the Emperor. It actually feels like you are freeing yourself. It's like you're dodging a bullet, meaning if something comes at you, if there is a projection, or if there is a struggle or a challenge, which we all have, right? You are taking space to disconnect from this instead of getting so caught up in the drama, or caught up in the effect of a situation. You're saying, nope, not this time. I'm going to take a step back, because I am not going to allow this crisis to overwhelm me, right? I'm not going to allow this fear or this old pattern, because you have developed new coping mechanisms to create inner peace instead of external chaos, right? So you have here the Emperor. This is you bossing up, right? Big boss energy here, divine order. Now, this is quite powerful with the Tower here, because the Tower, it does come in to shake up our world for the better. And for many of you, this is a Tower that actually brings in joy, right? Or it could be that you are, again, averting something that you may have fell into in the past, but by recognizing this energy, it actually moves you towards the Sun. And if you do find yourself having a bit of a Tower moment, which it does It does show up here. I just feel like there's a redirect, a divine redirect that is putting you in the path of the sun. That's what Spirit wants you to know. Now, because you have the Emperor, I feel like planning and organization and you knowing that you have this ability to overcome anything that comes your way. I also see if there has been, again, a legal situation, this could be a month where there is a resorting of energies, a resorting, and something lands as truth because the sun often brings in truth. The sun brings in enlightenment. And yes, the sun is connected to joy and happiness and abundance. But what I'm really getting here for you is there is this enlightened truth that is shining upon you, that is so powerful, that is so strong that, again, you see why everything has happened the way it has in the past. I'm also getting a message here of April being a month where, for those of you that are business owners, if you have gone through a bit of a tower moment, I see that this is the month where there's a breakthrough. Light at the end of the tunnel. This could be a really powerful offer that comes in that completely shifts the trajectory of your life. Many of you are going to travel, or there's relocation, there's movement here, and you are making conscious, mature choices that are putting you on this path towards freedom, right? The tower is shaking things up here so you can move in the direction of your dream, of your vision. So this is such a powerful energy. For those of you that are wondering about relationships, I see that you may have gone through a period with someone for quite some time. This could be a family member, it could be a coworker, it could be a spouse or a lover. And things have become maybe a little bit, I don't want to say cold, but like two roommates maybe passing in the night, or like two ships passing in the night, where this Four of Cups energy is here to remind you that you have the ability to use what you've learned and to make some important choices when it comes to a relationship. Now, you could be going through counseling for some of you, or you could be deciding to maybe divorce for some of you. For others of you, I feel like if you are looking for love, the Ace of Cups is opening you up to this opportunity where, even though you may have gone through a period of being single for quite some time, or maybe there's still someone that you are dealing with, I feel like love is on the table if you want it. You have this Ace of Cups. This is a flow of energy instead of that Four of Cups feeling frozen in time, feeling numb to your emotions, to your heart here. I also see some serious forgiveness going on here for some of you. This can be self-forgiveness, forgiveness towards another, and this could be something that sets you free as well, because some of you have gone through some karmic lessons with a loved one, and those lessons were not easy. But I see timing playing out, again, divine order. Something is working behind the scenes for you. And it is putting you on the path here of truth, of enlightenment. You're connecting with someone or an energy, an organization, a business that feels much more aligned with your integrity, right? Much more aligned with your spiritual truth. You may have dealt with dishonesty in some form, or perhaps you felt like you were being dishonest with yourself, or it could even be that you were taught, right? The Hierophant can be conditional teachings by society, by school, by our parents. It can be belief systems that are programmed based on what people believe right and wrong is. And I see that you are trusting in your intuitive wisdom and reprogramming your mind if something has limited you or held you back. All right, Pisces, let's look at what chakras are playing out for you. Which ones are you focusing more so on in the coming months? You have the base chakra, also known as the root chakra, which is located at the base of the spine. It connects to our hips, our legs, our knees, our ankles, our feet, our toes, and has to do with building a strong foundation. And this region is typically formulated between the ages of 0 and 7 because that's when we are really dependent upon others for our safety, our security, our sense of, belonging, our sense of who we look to for our needs. And that may be something that has been reprogrammed within you. And it says here, I create stability and security by adequately providing myself with the basic needs of a healthy life, such as shelter, food, water, and clothing. I use my creativity to build a strong foundation, as this is an essential key to my survival and growth. The more inner and outer stability I have, the more grounded and fulfilling my life will become. I respect myself and take care of my physical body by nurturing and nourishing it. My body tells me what it needs. Yes, it does. And we talked about that body wisdom because many of you are getting to know your body and not just listening to the fads that are out there. You may be trying out certain diets or certain things that you've been taught or that you've read or that you've watched, but the biggest truth is going to be your body. That is your teacher. So pay attention and listen to what your body needs and what your body wants. So you're building that strong foundation here, especially with the tower. I like this tower in your reading. It really tells me that there's a foundational shift coming in where you are releasing, you're letting go, you're moving towards freedom, and that sun is right next to it with the Emperor. So you are strong, you are resilient, you're building something that is meant to last, right? You have and I want to mention with this base chakra, sometimes we can materialize pain in these lower regions. Some of you may have had some knee pain or ankle pain, maybe twisted a foot, or some of you may have had an issue with your toes. Sometimes this can be connected to the foundational system within, especially around how our needs are met. So look at your beliefs around your foundation if you have struggled physically with any of these areas. And some of you may even be getting that flow, right? That chi moving back in your body by moving, by walking, by hula hooping, or getting those lower extremities moving a bit more. And I say hula hooping because we have the solar plexus next, which connects to our stomach region. We talked a little bit about gut health earlier. Some of you may have even gone through a bit of a parasite cleanse, or there has been gut interruptions. Some of you may have had or have IBS or other gut issues that you are addressing or taking care of at this time. I'm also getting a good juice cleanse. Some of you could be drinking like celery juice, or you are hydrating your body better. It feels like juicing is coming through for some of you. The solar plexus connects to our powerhouse, again, located in the stomach region. And didn't I say that now 3 times in your reading? Powerhouse. So that connects directly with your solar plexus, which is also a big, bright yellow energy. So some of you may benefit from eating lemons or adding lemons to your water or any other fruits or veggies that are yellow. The root chakra is red, so same thing for fruits and veggies. And we have here oneness and unity. And the message for you, Pisces, is this. I accept the oneness of all life, and I know I am one with all others on this journey. I support them and let them support me. I am brave and not afraid to ask for assistance. I allow myself to empathize and sympathize with others, and I choose to see the love in all around me. I see everything as part of my own life, and I accept others for who they are. I find common ground with others rather than differences, as this brings harmony into my life and theirs. So openness and unity. Powerful. And lastly here, you have the third eye chakra, which we talked a little bit about here. So the third eye chakra located here, the pineal gland. This is wisdom and discernment. I am open to understanding the spiritual truths behind the situations occurring in my life right now. I offer my wisdom to assist others along their path. Remember, you are, showing up here in the month of March as this wisdom keeper that we mentioned, and it says wisdom keeper at the bottom of the deck. I offer my wisdom to assist others along their path. I trust in a higher source to guide me and to help others who ask for my guidance. I practice discernment and listen deeply within for the truth. I choose to respect, to rather than just reacting to situations, acting with clarity, courage, and conviction. The third eye chakra. So that's what we have here for you, beautiful Pisces. Thank you so much. The next 3 months are going to be very pivotal for you, especially in the month of March and April as things really start to rebalance in your world. If you enjoyed the message, if you resonate with it, please give this video a thumbs up. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, and hit that bell if you haven't already. And Pisces, if you are interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find that information in the description box below the video or by visiting intuitivesoulcoach.com.